What if Anakin Skywalker was born during the Old Republic? A young boy, Anakin Skywalker, was born in the Outer Rim planet Tatooine in the year 3693 BBY. He was born with nothing and sold off into slavery for food. Anakin grows up extremely poor, treated harshly by a slave master, a weapons dealer. 12 years after his birth, a Sith comes to Tatooine to buy weapons from Anakin's slave master. The Sith is intrigued by Anakin and asks his master questions about him. He can sense his potential in the Force and knows what he has to do. He offers a price for Anakin, and the weapons dealer knows better than to argue with a Sith. Anakin is taken to Dromund Kaas. He is stowed away in the weapons room. The ship lands and Anakin waits for someone to come for him. However, no one comes and he investigates himself. The ship is empty with no one on it. Anakin goes to leave and he sees a hooded figure standing at the bottom of the exit, waiting for Anakin. When the hooded figure sees Anakin, it turns and begins walking. Anakin follows the figure. He gets a feeling it's what he should do. Anakin stays about 5 meters behind and follows the figure through a large stone door into a dimly lit cave filled with tunnels. Anakin enters and follows down the route of the tunnels. They walk in silence for minutes until Anakin begins to hear voices echoing around the corridor. The tunnel begins to get more narrow and leads to a stone archway with a flight of stairs that go deep into the planet. Anakin stands at the top and looks down. The hooded figure stops and hands Anakin a torch and steps aside to allow him to pass. Anakin spends minutes going down the stairs until he reaches the bottom. At the bottom is an empty circular room with 8 hooded figures in circle formation. They motion for Anakin to take the center, which he does. Anakin sits down and collapses to unconsciousness. He begins to get visions of his past and present all around him. All of the pain he has experienced in the past, all of the hate because of it. He is engulfed by anger, hate, and the potential. Anakin wakes on a bed in an unknown room. A man is sitting on a chair next to him and explains to him where he is. A Sith Academy on Dromund Kaas, and he has now been chosen as a student of the dark side. He tells him this academy is special. This one is specifically for Sith Masters. Anakin begins his training. The academy is brutal and the training is tough. Those too weak to finish their training die trying. Only power is respected at the academy, and Anakin has plenty of his. He is one of the strongest in his class, killing many other students over the years who challenged him. He is a favorite to teachers as he is skilled at almost every part of his training. 6 years after he began at the academy in the year 3675 BBY, the day came. One day a year, Sith Masters come from around the galaxy to pick out a new apprentice. Only one they deem worthy. A specific master takes an interest in Anakin, Darth Malgus. Malgus picks Anakin after the recapture of Korriban and the death of his own master. Anakin was ecstatic when Malgus picked him. The Sith that killed Nagani Zhao would be his master. Darth Malgus furthers Anakin's training in the dark side almost exponentially. Malgus brings Anakin with him to their purges of the Outer Rim. A specific achievement of Anakin's was on Alderaan. They had succeeded in bringing the planet to its knees before Jedi Satele Shan and local resistance began fighting back. Satele almost got the better of Malgus, but Anakin defeated her in 1-to-1 combat. Satele was the descendant of Revan, so this was no minor feat. This got the attention of other Jedi Masters and even the Dark Council at the time that Anakin might possess the power to be the Sithari. The next task Anakin and Malgus were given was to capture Ord Radama along with the Sith Lord Darth Venimol. Together, they would lead the Sith forces in an attempt to capture the world. They were successful in capturing the smaller cities, and now they would make their way to the capital. However, Lord Andras, Malgan's rival, was sent to assist him. Anakin shares Malgus's discontentment for Lord Andras, and the two conspire to have him killed in the heat of the siege. Andras would lead the ground assault. Anakin, the Sith fighter ships, and Malgus, the orbital bombing. The siege begins with Lord Andras on the ground and Anakin in the ships. The ground assault was meant to take out most of the minor resistance, with Anakin taking out those who attempted to flee. The orbital bombing was meant to follow after the assault to take out those hiding, but Malgus began the bombing during the ground siege. Lord Andras was killed along with a lot of the Sith, but their air dominance from Anakin and Malgus allowed them to easily achieve victory. Anakin and Malgus' easy capture of Ord Radama got them favor with the Dark Council, and Malgus was placed in charge of the siege on the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. They got the assignment over Darth Angral, Lord Andras' previous master, who was displeased with Malgus for letting his apprentice die on their previous mission. Anakin and Malgus were beyond excited by their assignment. They bathed in the thought of killing so many Jedi. Malgus and Anakin lead the campaign to sack the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, and they do it with ease. The Jedi in the temple are completely wiped out. Malgus kills Master Zalo, and Anakin strips the Jedi Council of their masters. Whilst this is occurring, Darth Angral takes control of the Senate building and kills Supreme Chancellor Berukan, and the bombardment of Coruscant's surface begins. Anakin and Malgus feel the dark side flowing into them after the death of the Jedi and the destruction of the temple. Anakin is like a brother to Malgus, as they are similar ages, but Malgus is still the master in the relationship, and Anakin respects this. However, both Anakin and Malgus sense that Anakin's power is growing fast, and will very soon overtake him. Anakin has no intention of betraying his master, and treasures their bond. Because of this, Anakin tells Malgus that he can sense a weakness deep within him, that weakness being Malgus' lover, Alina Daru, the Twi'lek slave Malgus fell in love with. Anakin tells him that only after her death at his hand can he be free from this weakness, his chains be broken, and together they can reach ultimate power. Together they will be the strongest Sith. Malgus trusts Anakin and knows he is speaking from a place of friendship, not jealousy. Anakin tells him this at the base of the Jedi Temple. They look outside to see Alina in the distance. They look back at each other and Malgus nods. He turns and makes his way towards Alina and does what he needs to do. Together they go to Darth Angral, who has just murdered the Supreme Chancellor. Angral stops the bombardment of Coruscant, and Malgus angrily asks him why he would go against his orders and reminds him who is in charge of the mission. Angral tells them that he has orders from the Dark Council themselves that Coruscant is going to leverage in a treaty with the Jedi. They won't destroy the planet and use this to force the Jedi to sign over half of the galaxy to the Sith. This was occurring at the same time on Alderaan and was part of a secret plan only known by the Dark Council. The Jedi had been tricked. However, this enraged Malgus and Anakin. They wanted to see the planet burn, see the true levels of what they could achieve. They were outraged that the Sith would trade strength and power for peace. They discuss this together and come to the conclusion that this is not the true purpose of the Sith. The Treaty of Coruscant is signed on Alderaan, which gives the Republic and Sith half of the galaxy each. Anakin and Malgus disapprove of this. In their eyes, the Sith has lost their true goal of undisputed power. They know they need to transpire and take over the Dark Council. Anakin and Malgus ignore any orders from the Dark Council and take out their members one by one. They begin with Darth Angral, whom they hated the most. Next, Darth Ma, Darth Asina, and then Darth Nox. No one Dark Council member is a match for Malgus and the potential Sithari, Anakin Skywalker. In time, they kill each and every member of the Dark Council and announce themselves as Emperors of the Galaxy. The minor Sith in the Order recognize their strength and unite under them. 2 Sith killed every member of the Dark Council, and this is respected by all Sith around. They abolish the Treaty of Coruscant and reignite the war against the Jedi and the Republic. However, they know the true Emperor is still alive. Emperor Vitiate is looming somewhere and is wary of their presence. During a battle, Anakin and Malgus are simply together on their Imperial dreadnought. They are approached by a small ship that docks in the landing bay. Two beings leave and make their way for the bridge, killing everyone in their way. Anakin and Malgus wait for the two, who burst through the doors to the bridge. In walks Emperor Vitiate and his son Anakin. They fight 2 on 2. Malgus takes on Vitiate and Anakin takes on Anakin. Vitiate is stronger than Malgus and pierces his chest with his blade. Anakin easily overpowers Anakin and decapitates him. Anakin is enraged with his master, his friend's death, and this only empowers him. Anakin and Vitiate stand off across the sides of the bridge. This is the fight for the title of Sithari. Anakin kills Vitiate and an unimaginable amount of power is released with his death, which takes Anakin to a whole new level. With his death, he uses the full power of the dark side to revive Darth Malgus and bring back his friend. Together, Malgus and Anakin restart their campaign and eventually take control of the entire galaxy. No one could ever stand in their way. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I know this has been a strongly requested video, so please tell me what you think in the comments below. Comment below any more what if ideas you would like to see, and I hope you all enjoyed. May the Force be with you.
Hey guys, before we continue, we're giving away a replica Cal Kestis lightsaber from Neosabers for reaching 10,000 subscribers. All you need to do to enter is like and comment on my other video called What If Qui-Gon Survived. Don't comment on this video, you have to comment on that video. There is a link to it in the description or check it out on our channel page. Also check out Neosabers for some cool lightsabers at an affordable price. Now back to the video.